Hello, dear friends of second year BSc. I am Dr. R.B. Solanki, Basantrao Naik, Art Science and Commerce College, Shada. I have prepared lecture for SY semester 3rd students for the subject Physical and Inorganic Chemistry. It will be helpful for the students of SY to keep in touch with their study during the lockdown period. So stay at home and enjoy from home. So here for second year CBCS pattern there are 4 courses of chemistry. So first is 301. 301 is the physical chemistry. CH302 is organic and inorganic chemistry. 303 is practical chemistry, and 304 is the skill enhancement course, that is the basic analytical chemistry. So we must know what is the colligative property. So this is the unit for second year students. It is for 20 marks for the examination. So we first know what is colligative property. So in some cases there are elevation in boiling point takes place, lowering in vapor pressure takes place, osmosis takes place, freezing point lowering takes place. So these are the properties are called as colligative properties. So colligative property is nothing but it is the property which depends on the number of solute particles. So added solute particles are changing some properties, like the boiling point of water increases when solute is added, or freezing point of water decreases when solute is added. So in this way there is a property which changes by means of addition of solute particles. So here we must know some basic things which are essential for us. So that is, first is solution. So what is solution? Solution is nothing but it is the homogeneous mixture of two or more substances which is taking part in the formation of solution. So these two main important things are, one is solvent, another is solute. So what is solvent? This continuous medium in large proportion in which the substance is dissolved is called as solvent. So the term which is used or the medium which is used in large amount, that is called as solvent, and the solute is that the component which is in smaller portion is called as solute. For example, solution of salt, that is the aqueous solution of salt, that is the water is solvent and salt is solution. Or we will take example of sugar solution. So sugar is solute and water is solvent. So in this way we can divide solvent and solute. Now on the basis of solute particles, the solution is divided into two types. One is solution of non-electrolyte and second is solution of electrolyte. So first we have to study solution of non-electrolyte. So here the substance, that is solute, is dissolved in the solvent but remain in their normal original position or original molecular condition. It neither dissociate nor associate. They are bad conductor of electricity. That is, the electricity is not flowing through the solution because there is no formation of ions or no formation of association of ions. For example, glucose or urea in water. So these are the non-electrolyte solutions. Second is solution of electrolytes. So electrolytes are the substances which dissociate in water into ions. So here the ionization is the important factors. For the current flowing, ionization must require. For example, when copper sulfate or KCl or sodium phosphate are dissolved in water, they form ions. For example, copper sulfate when dissolved in water forms Cu++ and SO4- ions, or KCl dissolves in water, it forms K plus and Cl minus ions. So in this way, when there is ionization takes place, that is the dissociation of molecule takes place, there are molecules or number of particles are formed. When ionization takes place, the particle increases. While here also association takes place when dissolved molecules are combining to form double, triple molecules. These are called dimers, trimers or many polymers. For example, when benzoic acid is dissolved in benzene, it forms dimers. That is in association of particle. There is association of particle takes place. So the number of particles when there is association takes place decreases in the solution. So in this way the solutions of electrolytes are present. Hence we have already discussed about the introduction, solution and types of solutions. Now here we have to study different ways of expressing the solutions. So the solution can be, or concentration of the solution can be expressed in different ways. That is in terms of normality, normal solution, in terms of molarity, molar solution, or molality, molar solution, or the mole fractions. So symbols for normality is capital N, molarity is capital M, molality is small m, and the mole fraction is N or X. So first we have to discuss here normality. The symbol for normality is capital N. So number of grams of equivalents of solute dissolved in 1000 ml or 1 liter. So 1000 ml or 1 liter of solvent is called as normal solution. So for example, when 1 gram equivalent of solute dissolved in 1000 ml or 1 liter of solvent, it forms the one normal solution. So this is the normality of solution or normal solution. So unit for the normal solution is gram equivalent per liter. Now molarity. Here molarity, number of gram moles or moles of solute dissolved in 1000 ml or 1 liter of solvent is called as the molar solution. So solution when 1 mole is dissolved in 1000 gram or 1000 ml or 1 liter is called as the molar solution. It is indicated by capital M. Now molality M, number of moles of solute dissolved in 1000 grams. So here the solvent is taken in grams, not in ml. So 1000 gram means 1 kilogram of solvent is called as molality. So when 1 mole of solute dissolved in 1000 grams or 1 kilogram of solvent called as 1 molar solution. And the next term is mole fraction. So here the mole fraction denoted by capital N or X. So when N1 is number of moles of solvent and N2 is number of moles of solute, then the total number of moles is N1 plus N2. So number of moles can be calculated by the formula number of mole N is equal to weight of substance divided by molecular weight of substance. So any substance when we have taken that 1 gram of substance and its molecular weight is 1, then the 1 divided by 1 we will get the N is equal to, that is the number of mole 1. So in this way we can derive mole. Now mole fraction of solvent N1, for capital N1 is for solvent and capital N2 is for solute. So mole fraction of solvent is equal to mole of solvent divided by total number of moles of solvent and solute together. So N1 divided by N1 plus N2, it gives the number of mole fractions of solvent. Similarly, mole fraction of solute N2 is equal to moles of solute divided by total number of moles. So N2 divided by here N2 divided by N1 plus N2. So N1 plus N2 is equal to, we will get N1 plus N2 is equal to 1. By simplifying this equation, we will get N1 plus N2 is equal to 1. So from this, we can calculate N1 or N2. By knowing the value of N2 or N1, we can calculate N1 or N2. So in this, so friends, we have learned about the basic terms, that is the solution, then how we express the different concentrations in different units. So now the main part of this chapter is colligative properties. So the properties of solution, which mainly depends on number of solute particles, are called as colligative properties. So solute must be non-volatile. Solute must be non-volatile. Volatile solute is not required here. So here there are 4 types of colligative properties. So they are first is lowering of vapor pressure of solvent. Second is boiling point elevation of solution. Third is freezing point depression of solutions. And last is the osmotic pressure of the solutions. So here we have to consider first property, that is the lowering of vapor pressure of solvent. So when the non-volatile solute is dissolved in solvent, vapor pressure of solution is lower than that of pure solvent. So this is the understood by the Raoult's law. So here Raoult's law is important in this chapter. So statement of Raoult's law is, here we can have the partial vapor pressure of any volatile component of a solution is equal to the product of vapor pressure of the pure components and its mole fraction in solution. So here mathematically this equation can be written as P is equal to P0 into N1. So where P is the vapor pressure of solution, which is formed by addition of the solvent into the solute into the solution, and N1 is the mole fraction of solvent. So in this way we have the statement of Raoult's law, and the mathematical presentation of Raoult's law is P is equal to P0 into N1. Now as N1 is less than 1, because N1 and N2 are the mole fractions, and N1 plus N2 is equal to 1, so N1 and N2 both are the values less than 1. So here P must be less than P0. So here when N1 is in fraction, then the product of these both are less than P. So here we can write the P must be less than P0. Here the product of the two becomes less. When the non-volatile solute is added into solvent, vapor pressure of pure solvent decreases. The difference between the vapor pressure of pure solvent and solution is known as lowering of vapor pressure, and it is denoted by delta P. So delta P is given as P0 minus P. P0 is the vapor pressure of pure solvent and P is the vapor pressure of solution, which is formed by the addition of non-volatile solute particles. So this is equation number 2, this is equation number 1. Now from equation 1 we have the value P is equal to P0 into N1. Put here the value of P from equation 1, and by simplifying we will get the delta P is equal to P0 into 1 minus N1. So 1 minus N1, that is N1 plus N2 is equal to 1. Hence 1 minus N1 is equal to N2. Put here value N2. So delta P is equal to P0 into N2. So N2 is the number of solute particle or mole fraction of solute particle. So from equation 3 it is clear that the delta P, that is the lowering in vapor pressure, is depends on the number of solute particle, because here in equation delta P is equal to P0 into N2, so N2 is number of solute particle or mole fraction of solute particle, hence the lowering in vapor pressure depends on number of solute particles. So hence the lowering in vapor pressure is the colligative property. So in this way we can explain how the lowering in vapor pressure is the colligative property, because it depends on the number of solute particles added in the solution. So in this way here the colligative property, first colligative property we have discussed. Thanks.